Today we're checking out this sick little street plaza that I found in Melbourne, and this place looks amazing. This is Errington Reserve Plaza in St. Albans, and this park is part of the $7.1 million upgrade to the Errington Reserve here that was completed back in 2022. I don't know how much this skate plaza section costs within that $7.1 million, but the whole upgrade here includes the multi-sport courts, floodlights, sports pavilion, and tennis courts. I just flew in this morning, and this is my first stop, so what better way to start my week trip in Melbourne than hitting this sick little plaza here. I'm going to try and hit everything that's here so you can see the size of it all and how it all flows, and then I'll go into the design process of this park. So this park was designed by Place, who held a lot of community consultations so all the locals could get together and put in their feedback of what they wanted to see at their local park. The result is this amazing little street plaza that has something for all different skill levels and still has a few quarter pipes and banks spread around the park. Not just to help the flow of the park, but to keep the transition skaters happy as well. I have had a really fun session here so far, but there's a few harder tricks I've got in mind that I want to try and get done while I'm here. So let's try and get all those harder tricks done, and then I'll go over the positives and negatives of this park. Taking that. Thank the Lord. It's so hard coming up this way with the wind. I did have a few other tricks I wanted to get done while I was here, but I spent way too much time and energy on the nollie backside flip and the board slide big spin up the rail, especially trying to get the speed to hit up the rail. Going against the wind was so hard, so I'm trying to pace myself. This is my first day in Melbourne, so I don't want to go all out and waste all my energy for the trip. But this park is super fun, and I would be a happy man if this was my local skate park. Positives, it has a nice open flow design, so if there's a lot of people here at once, there's a lot of room for everyone to flow through each other and not really run into each other and get banked up. Design positives for me is having the tiles in the centers and then the brick banks. The brick banks are really cool. Just the sound riding over them is sick. I like that on the hips here, they made a little bit more transition going up to it, so it's not such a sharp jolt when you hit it, so you can do your flip tricks over the hips. The other two banks don't have that, but that's also cool too, because you're not really going to do many flip tricks on that. And even if you want to, it's not that sharp anyway. There's lots of bins and a water fountain around. There's some shade in the center here. There's no toilets right here at the park, but I think they're across at that building over there where the sports complex is, which isn't that far anyway. anyway. And there's lots of parking right on the road here, right next to the skate park. The only negatives about this place I would say is that it is a full-on street plaza. Yeah, there's a quarter pipe at the end and some banks and stuff, but 90% of this place is ledges and rails. So all of you guys that like skating bowls and half pipes and transitions, mini ramps and all that, you guys probably won't enjoy it here. The only other negative that I would say is probably the only real negative here is just before the four stair there, the bricks have been elevated. So if you don't see that and if you're not ready for that, you're going to hit that, your board will stop and you'll go flying head first down the four stair. All of the other stairs are fine and they're flush with the ground, but for some reason the top bricks in the four stair have just elevated a bit. So I think the council has to come and like bondo that or try and repair that, because that can be dangerous for people that aren't ready for that. But that's the only real negative I can think of here. So super fun session here. It's a shame it's so windy and this is my first day where I'm trying to conserve all of my energy, because there is a lot more tricks I want to do. But the brick banks at this skate park really remind me of the brick banks back in Sydney at Glebe Skate Park. I did a video there where we went over the design process of that skate park and some of the iconic Sydney skate spots that inspired the obstacles that are at Glebe Skate Park today. And you can check that video out right here.